It's your fault. It's your fault.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
As the gentlemen make their way entering the arena, the pop for Sami Zayn. When he comes out, the proverbial roof came off the arena. For roughly 5 minutes time, give or take, the men just stare off and look at each other, absorbing the hot reaction from this crowd here in Montreal. To quell the crowd, Roman hitting some shots on Sami and just keep cutting him off. At one point, Roman begins jawing at Sami's wife at ringside. After that, we see Sami kissing his wife to a huge pop. Some action back in the ring, exploder into a Superman punch, into a Helluva Kick from Sami, only gets a 2 count. Sami ends up dodging a spear from Roman on the outside, and Roman goes barreling through the barricade. Back in the ring, Blue Thunder Bomb, but only gets a 2 count once again. And here we have the ref bump into Helluva Kick on Roman, but we see Sami getting the visual pin. 1, 2, 3 with no ref in sight. This shenanigans ensues as Jey Uso interferes, hits Sami with some super kicks and an Uso splash. We get a second referee, but only for a 2 count as the crowd goes absolutely ballistic when Sami kicks out. Further down, we get Jimmy distracting Sami, hits him with a kick. Roman hits a spear for another very close 2 count. Towards the end of the match, we see Sami slaps Roman. Roman accidentally hits the second referee with a Superman punch. Then Sami hits Roman. Then Roman hits Sami, and then both men are down. Towards the end, we see Heyman gets Roman a chair, and then Jey Uso himself gets into the ring. Roman then hands Jey the chair, but a conflicted Jey stands there, not knowing exactly what to do. Roman, wondering why Jey is not doing anything, takes a chair from Jey, and then proceeds to pie face Jey a couple of times. Sami goes for a spear on a distracted Roman, but accidentally hits Jey with the spear. But then we see Roman wails on Sami with a chair multiple times. In the finish of the matchup, Roman hits a spear on Sami, gets the 3 count to a deflated Montreal crowd. Post-match, Jimmy comes back in and beats down Sami with some punches, but Kevin Owens comes out to make the save. KO takes out Jimmy and then goes for Roman, hits a stunner on Roman, then hits a stunner on Jimmy, and then KO himself hitting a pop-up powerbomb onto Jimmy through the announce table. KO then goes and grabs a chair, and then Heyman tries to stop Kevin Owens with some punches to his back. It has no effect. His HP meter didn't even go down 1%. And then we see Paul try to beg off, but ultimately gets hit with a stunner for his trouble. KO, standing in between Roman and Sami, then steps aside, lets Sami hit Roman with a Helluva Kick to appease the crowd. And ultimately, as KO leaves the ring and Sami standing there, feeling slightly defeated, but soaking in the insane response from this hot Montreal crowd.